What up, crypto lovers and enthusiasts? Today we're gonna look at some charts that are dipping. They're off their highs, and as I've mentioned, we are still in accumulation season, and we are, in my opinion, by the dip territory. I'll let you know what I did today. I've just been looking, trying to see where there are opportunities. So I'm gonna share my findings. Okay, we're gonna also focus, or we're gonna highlight Compete, which is a gaming play. Viewer request. We're going to do some TA on Compete. It is also retraced a little bit. All of these have generally retraced with the exception of Crypto Tanks. Synverse retracing. We're going to take a look at that. Image generation AI also, and just this morning WTK dipped pretty nicely. So we're going to take a look at that. Maybe today is a dip day. We're going to check the charts, look at the dips, see where the opportunities are, because again, we are in by the dip territory. Oh, and yesterday also, basically the video that I made yesterday, I did it before the Fed announcements, and so far pretty much I was pretty head on. I said my bias was towards the upside, and well, Bitcoin tried to go up. I said more than likely we were going to be in a range. Looks like we're going to be in a range, but we're going to look at that. So we're going to look at the Bitcoin chart too really quickly. And the Fed Reserve pretty much did the same thing. They were as what the market was expecting, right? But we're going to talk about that on the other side of this. So without further ado, let's do this. All right, so the Federal Reserve yesterday kept rates unchanged, right? And then Jerome Powell had what the market perceived to be as relatively dovish. How they digested the information today is that the market believes that they are done hiking. The Federal Reserve is done hiking, and now the question is, for how long will they keep rates as they are? All right, this is interesting that I was reading yesterday. If this is correct, then the bull run would start something like this, maybe 6 to 12 months after this. Let me read this part so you understand what I'm talking about. Market participants now see a 74% probability that the Fed will leave rates at the current level in January, up from 59%, and could start cutting rates around mid-2024, according to the CME Fed Watch tool. Now let's assume that information is correct. Then if that's correct, then I believe the bull run would start around 6 to 12 months after that. That's what I was talking about right there. And let's see if that prediction is right, because more or less that's where I would see the bull run, because after they start cutting rates, that's more or less the time where I think after that's when the market will explode upwards, right? And we're going to take a look at this. This is my happy box. This is where I feel that Bitcoin, and I know it's kind of a big box, but how can I be so? Basically, I've encompassed the end of 2024, November 2024, all the way to the end of 2025. It's more or less when I think we could, I know it's kind of big, but more or less where I think we will see the height, the top of the bull run, and it goes between 95,000 and 200,000. I think somewhere around here, whether here, we will see the top of the blow off top part of the bull run. All right, and this is the area where I will be selling. So anyways, that kind of coincides with what these guys are, with the CME Fed Watch tool and market participants are forecasting, right? Seeing it, right? Because if that rate is cut around this time, then I think 6 to 12 months after that, somewhere around that window, maybe a little earlier, maybe 4 months, but right around that window, we start seeing that big run up. Okay, because that is after the halving. Usually the halving occurs around 200 days after that event, where it just blows up. But during this time, we're still going up. We're still chugging our way up, and then boom. That's it. That's how it'll probably be again, guys. All right. So with that in mind, back to this, back to basically kind of getting an idea of what would have happened, right? I mean, what I thought was going to happen, more or less, yes. So we tried to go right past this area of support, where I said it was at 35,700 and something, right? Depending on the part of the line that it's on. And you know, yesterday we got close, and today we tried to get up there and we got rejected. So back here, back down to the lines, and you can see that here. I mean, you can see that in previous movements. Look, like that, and then, you know, a couple times up, and then it starts kind of going back down, maybe for a little bit, but it's still in a range, and that's what I pretty much see right now. All right, I think maybe a couple more attempts here, you know, seeing dropping down a little bit, getting some more room, seeing if we can break it. If not, then I think maybe we see some slight downside, and by downside I mean to the bottom part of this range, right? We're more or less right now, that would be at around 33,400, but that's really short term. All right, that's really short term. Let's see what happens. Now let's get to the good part. Let's look at compete. All right, so I mean, I was pretty much right on. I think I'm either lucky or good, and I think probably a little bit of both. All right, so here we go. Compete. So this is a gaming play. It's 4% tax, okay? 4% tax to buy in. You have to buy. You have to use Uniswap to do it as well. And the team, I can tell you, from the chats and everything like that, because you know it's funny that a lot of these guys, these YouTube guys, don't really see them too much in the chat. And you should be in the chat. Well, you don't have to interact, but you should be at least knowing what's going on in there. You know what I mean? Because it's important information, very important information. These crypto investors will let you know how they feel, and that's a good thing. You know, no filter. All right. So, anyways, so in there, I can tell that, you know, the team is focused. That the investors are really into the project, and well, what's up with this downside? I think it's not a bad project because it's dropping when other things are going up. I just think it's just doing what it naturally does, you know, finding its way back down here after a pump. But we are higher than previous, right? Every pump, yeah, we find our footing, and then we go higher. So I think maybe that's exactly what we're doing now. Do we come back and touch this area? I am personally gonna wait to see that we do, and maybe I'm off. If we get really close and I see that the market really starts moving up, and this one's still doing this, I'll probably put in the last of my buy that I want in this project. All right. So I personally think that we could probably come back down here and test it again like we have before. All right. We have this uptrend. This uptrending trend line, yeah, from since when? April 2022, the beginning of April. So we've been kind of following it. We have been following it pretty well, you know. And now I think after this pump, I think it's time that maybe we test it again to see if it continues to be support before the next leg up. That's my TA on Compete. All right, good project, great area to buy, I think. But if we're patient, although we could miss it, and it could just make a V and go back up and be back into this channel, right here. And I can't really give you prices because I'm going on the Compete wrapped Ethereum. So, I mean, I guess the channel is between four zeros, and then 1385. All right, there's the top, and then the bottom is 4 zeros and 1009. All right, that's where I see the channel. But right now we're underneath it, and I think we're gonna go close to this ascending line, which if it did that right now, it's around 5 zeros, 8064. Okay, and that is Compete essentially, guys. Great project. If it does come down, I definitely will add the finishing touches to my bag and just ride it out. People like this game. And people that played this game are also like the game. They're like, well, I like the game. I've gotten some good reviews. All right, so let's keep it gaming. Okay, crypto tanks. Is this the bottom? I mean, I thought this was, and then I thought this was, and I was like, I don't know about this one. That's why I didn't buy here. I bought, I think, a little bit here, And then this bottom, I didn't buy, and I kind of should have, because now look. But I mean, how am I to know? And then the volume came back a little bit on this too, guys. Let's see. Let's look at the numbers real quick on it. 24 hours. Come on, crypto tanks. A lot of green. I like that. Let me just do it up here. All right, so the market cap 79,000. Okay, the volume $38,000 in the last 24 hours, and that's down 22%. That's pretty good, guys. That's pretty good relative to the market cap. Fully diluted, $163,000. I mean, so, and now we're seeing this drop after this big pump up, right? And this huge wick, which got me over in profit, but I was like, oh, let me see. But this is telling. There's interest in this game, you know, maybe some manipulation, but there's interest in this game. And again, this one is also one where people are like, I really like this game. This game is good. There's a lot of good reviews about the game, you know. Reason why people invest in this project is because they like the game, and you know, so that's something. And so below this level of 0.001727 might not be a bad area. Maybe this is the bottom, but like I mentioned earlier, I thought this was, but maybe this is. Let's see. It's fighting. It seems like it really wants to stay here and in this zone, right? In this channel right here, 0.002281 and 0.0017. Maybe this is the base. Maybe a rounded out bottom. Maybe a huge one, right? But I thought the same for another one, which that could have played out like that, and it hasn't so far. The PBR, Poker Bridge. But anyways, back to this. Yeah, I think there's a after this pump yesterday. Here's the drop, and let's see how low it goes. 1635. Let's wait till the hype. Well, not even the hype, but let's see what's going on now. Let's see if it dies down. See what happens. And I'm gonna see if I can put a little bit more, just a little bit more, just to lower this average a little bit, and then I'm just gonna ride it out. I'm just gonna ride it out at that. All right, that's Sinverse. Super risky play, guys. Out of risky plays that I'm showing you guys that I'm taking, that I'm doing. This is a super risky one. All right. So let's switch gears to AI and let's look at IMG and AI. After this massive pump, I don't know about massive, but I mean a nice pump. For me, it was nice. This is my average buy, 0.014, and it got as high as 0.052, and I almost started selling. I think of selling all the time, but I just don't do it because I'm like, I gotta have some conviction. Although now, you can see, right? You can see within these two last 2 days, I thought of selling. You know, when it came back, I'm like, okay, this could be the bottom, but I don't know. Does it come back all the way down here? You know, or does it stay right here? I guess that's the $1,064,000 question. That's the $64,000 question. Does it stay now playing in this zone first, making a base before it goes back up? Because we were in price discovery, right? Because this is all-time high. All right, this is all-time high, and we'll see what happens. This is a AI play, and I thought of selling, and I don't know. Part of me just something tells me not to do it. Just wait it out, because I think this, since we are in price discovery, maybe it's just a little respite before it goes up higher. A lot of interest in this game too. In these chats, they use it all the time. This is their announcements. But as far as like people in the chat using their AI image generator, there's a lot. You see it, but I can't find it around here. There's the price, 490 something. Just they're even talking here, which is crazy. Look at Chuck Norris. Cool. All right, so yeah, that's image generation AI. Little pullback. All right, we are again, and as I mentioned at the beginning, we are in buy the dip territory, guys. But first, do your homework, obviously, on any of these if they interest you. I'm just showing you what I'm looking at, and I'm showing you like, okay, if I was interested in picking this project up, maybe right here might be something to nibble at. Remember, dollar cost average. All right. So that's IMGNAI. And this morning, what came up is Watts Pay. And I've been waiting to see if I can just add more, because I had a little bit more capital allocated to it, but it started to move up. And ooh, very nice. 34. I picked up at this price already when it dropped, when I saw this dropped, and then it's been playing, going back up to 37, 0.0, right? 0.03 was the price, but I'll say 35 or 37 or whatever, but that's what I mean, 0.03, 0.05. All right. So I have a buy order in down here at 0.32. I don't know if it'll get hit though, but we'll see. This is interesting. A lot of sells, but yeah, after a big pump, I mean, people are going to want to take profit, guys, which is normal. And don't get mad. You know, if you bought up here, maybe. But I mean, even if you bought up here, right? Right now, those sins can, that's my average buy. Right now, those sins can be forgiven. Why? Because look at the big picture, okay? Look at the big picture. All right, so it's not bad. Higher high, higher high, higher high. Since when? More or less, that started around August 2022. All right, it's been a good year for this crypto. And there was FUD here. There's FUD about the token supply. There's people that don't like this project, but man, this project looks like it's really good. And so I've been waiting for this. You know, maybe it does something like this, does something like that. So that's why you got to be patient. That's why you got to be patient. Although I did buy here, and you know, I think maybe we come back down a little bit in this black area. The I don't know, 0.0031. Let's put fibs on it and see. All right, get a better idea. Let's do it from here. All right, and I think we'll end it with that one. Where swing high? Damn, I mean, it would be like right here, but let's give it the benefit of the doubt and say it started here. 2.8. If it reaches the 618, it would go back down to 0.027. 786. 0.0226. Does it get there? I don't know. Maybe it drops a little more. Maybe we play under here for a little bit, but it's strong and good community, and people are liking this project a lot lately. And so I think maybe, you know, if we dip down here, I'll be a buyer again. I have one order in. I don't have too much capital to put in, because I already have the vast majority in, and I only had a little bit of capital left that I had allocated to it. But I might rethink that, and depending on how low it goes, I might allocate some more capital and then buy it. If it gets down here, I'll be a buyer again. Under 3 cents, I'll be a buyer again. Once I use the rest of the capital, and I will use the rest of the capital up here. That's my plan. All right. Just in case it does really only get down here and it goes up. But if it doesn't, it drops down here, then yeah, I will think about allocating more capital, because it's close enough to where I think it would bounce right down here at 0.026 or under 3 cents. Under 3 cents. All right, cool guys. Let's leave it there. We talked about a few dipping coins. We talked about the fact that I was pretty right on with what I thought would have happened yesterday, and see what happens. I know it's not like the sexiest thing to say, but I mean, that's more or less what it's going to be. I'm not going to sit here and rah-rah you. I'm going to give it to you straight. I'm going to give it to you exactly how I sees it. All right. That's just how I roll. That's just how I do my thing, because why would I lie? No one pays me to do this stuff. In fact, I've been financing this whole thing for like the last 2 years. So it is a loss for me, but I believe in what I'm doing, and I mean, you do with that information what you will, boys and girls, all right? And I hope there are girls watching, because we need more women in crypto, and that's my speech for the day. Guys, if you can, that's the end of the video. If you can, please like, please subscribe, please leave a comment, all right? Let me know what you think about these projects. Let me know what you think about the market. I'm not the only one with good ideas. Legion, right? Together we are legion. Together we're strong. Small little community for now, but we can grow. I know we can grow. I got good info. You'll see. So please like, subscribe, leave a comment. All right. Thank you so much. Talk to you guys later. Peace.